Let's go ahead and start on our back bodies this morning. Just stretched out. When you find your way to your mat, if you find that the lower back isn't real impressed, go ahead and bend your knees. You might even need to bring your knees towards your chest for a sec and rock back and forth. Let the earth press into the muscles of the lower back, the back of the hips. Eventually finding a place where your shoulders are back and down, rested against your earth. You pick the head up, tuck the chin gently towards the chest, and then return the head to the earth, just so the back of your neck is long. Very often we close our eyes, letting ourselves melt into our mats. Let the awareness move from the external to the internal. Maybe a check-in with the body this morning. Perhaps scan from head to toe or toe to head and just notice what's happening. Whether it's muscles, bones, ligaments, maybe it's organs. Checking in with your mind then, cognition. Maybe your mind is busy already this morning, lots on your plate. Maybe you've already driven to town or ran errands. Already been activated and out there. So you can use this time to come back in. Notice how you're feeling, whether that's emotionally or energetically. And then if you can, all of that, it's as though you know it, but it's as though you could just kind of set it aside and allow your awareness to just sink into your breath. Feeling the rise and the fall of your belly or your chest. Maybe there's a coolness of the air as it moves in through the nostrils, a warmth as it moves out. And as you sink into that breath, both at the bottom of the breath and the top, there's this moment of stillness. Allow yourself to feel that. Sinking into that stillness, the quietness. If there's something in particular that keeps popping up, maybe that's your intention this morning. Maybe there's a need to move the body, as Linda says, get taller. Maybe there's just this pleasure in the stillness, and so your intention is to be aware of the stillness and the breath. Just setting your intention if that's there this morning. When your intention is set, very gently bend your knees. And just let your feet connect with your mat. Hip distance apart with the feet. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. And let that lower back push into the earth. Then allow the belly button to lift up towards the ceiling, and your lower back will pull away from the earth. Pull the belly button back to the earth. Let the lower back connect. Belly button towards the ceiling. And you're just moving back and forth. You're rotating your pelvis from front to back is what you're doing. Letting the earth act as a bit of a massage for the lower back. Good. Next time you've got your belly button pulled in towards your spine and your lower back connected, pause there. Feel the core engaged. And with an inhale, you'll stretch that right leg up towards the ceiling, all the way up. Pull the toes towards the shin. Notice the back of that right leg, it's your hamstrings, your calf, even your Achilles tendon have to lengthen a bit. Keep your belly button in towards your spine so your core stays engaged. Take a breath in. With your exhale, lift that foot lower towards the earth, your toes still towards the shin. You'll hover maybe 2 inches above. Inhaling, the leg will reach back to the ceiling. Exhaling to let it come down and hover. Inhaling to lift it all the way back up. Exhale, bring it down and hover. Inhaling to lift, do a few more. Keep that core super tight. Next time your leg is up towards the ceiling, you're gonna leave it, but bring your hands to the back of your thigh, weave your hands together. Pull those toes back towards the shin a little bit more and use your arms to gently guide your leg towards your torso. Good, your leg then can gently sway side to side, just a little left to right. And I'm keeping a hold of mine. You don't have to, you can let go if you wish. We'll take a breath in, exhaling to bend that right knee, bring your right foot to the earth. Belly button in towards the spine. Your left leg will lengthen to the ceiling. Toes towards your shin. Feel the back of that leg, calf, your hamstring. A breath in, a breath out will lower that leg to a hover. Inhaling, the leg lifts to the ceiling. Exhaling down to a hover. Inhaling to the ceiling. Keep going, you've got a few more, that core engaged. Next time, leg is up, keep it up. Pull your toes towards the shin. Your hands are gonna come up to your thigh, wrap around that thigh. And you're gonna use the arms to gently pull that leg towards your torso. So you're getting the back of that leg nice and long. Breath in, breath out will bend the knee, the foot to the earth, so both knees are bent. Belly button to the floor or to the spine, belly button to the ceiling and back towards the spine. Go back and forth like you're rotating that pelvis. Pausing with the belly button towards the spine. Let's lift both legs up towards the ceiling. Pull both toes towards both shins. Roll your shoulders back. See if you can soften those shoulders. Your core is just holding your legs up. We're going to lower legs just like we did, but we're going to only go down as far as we can keep that lower back connected to the earth. When it starts to disconnect, pull those legs back to the ceiling. Your exhale will bring them down to that place where it feels like your lower back is going to disconnect. And then inhale to the ceiling. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. A few more times, just back and forth. Feel that core. Good, next time legs are up. Leave them up, pull your toes towards the shin. Keep that belly button pulled in. Your shoulders soft. A breath in. A breath out will bend the knees, connect the feet to the earth. Your knees this time move together, feet together, so your knees can sway side to side, like the little windshield wiper. The ground presses into the earth this way, releasing muscles of the lower back. Nice. Wherever your arms are at, bring them out like a giant T. And gently let your knees fall to the right. And so you're in a spinal twist, a gentle spinal twist. Maybe your gaze turns to the left and you let that neck and those shoulders soften. If your head is turned, bring it back to the middle, knees back to the middle, top one is your leader, and then knees drop other way. Maybe gaze turns to the right. Gaze back to the middle, knees back to the middle. Inhaling, knees to the torso, hands to the knees. Give them a hug in. Rock a little side to side if you wish. And then let's rock up so we meet in a seated position. Once in a seated position, bring your knees in, your legs bent, so you're just in your, I don't know, cross-legged position. Our torso will get nice and long, shoulders roll back and down. And we're gonna hinge forward with the chest. Your hands can be out in front, they can be wherever you want them. But press now your butt, the sits bones, press them back into the earth as much as you can. Good, we're walking our torso towards the right, so out and over that right knee. Your left sits bone in particular presses back and down into the earth. Bring it to the center and walk it other way. Good, bring it back to the middle. Let your chest reach towards the earth a little bit more. And inhale, we'll unhinge our hips, bring us up. We'll swing our feet to the side, move around so we can meet on all fours. And of course, once on all fours, you're just making sure knees are under your hips, hands are under your chest, unless your wrists are tender, then of course you want those shoulders or those wrists out in front of the shoulders a little bit. Engage your belly button towards the spine. Take a breath in. With your exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, arch your back. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat and collarbone opens. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, arch your back. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat and collarbone opens. Back and forth a couple more times. Pausing anywhere you wish, but just letting that spine, letting it move front to back. Of course, you could move it side to side too if you want to wiggle the hips, draw the shoulder towards the hip. Good. Next time you come through neutral, let's pause. Tuck the toes, take a breath in, use your exhale to get up and back to your down dog. Your feet, of course, can pedal back of those legs again. Feel the ears between the upper arms, the neck soft. Maybe you come all the way on and off your toes a couple times, reaching your heels for the earth. And breath in. A breath out will drop your knees to the mat. Send your butt back towards your heels. Find your child's pose. Maybe you need to part the legs a bit, or once you're down, you shift the weight from side to side in the hips. Your decision as to whether your arms push the butt back towards the heels, or whether you wrap the arms around the legs and let your shoulders be soft. Nice big breath. And check in with your physical body. Check in with cognition or the mind. And check in with your emotional, like your energetic self. Remembering each emotion we feel really does carry a certain energetic frequency. Each emotion releases chemicals in our body. If your arms are wrapped around your legs, you're going to bring them forward. Use an inhale to bring yourself forward to tabletop. Let's get our knees back under our hips if they're not. Tuck your toes again. Take a breath in. With your exhale, you're up and back to your down dog. Your feet maybe pedaling. Maybe even a leg lifting up, stretching towards the ceiling if you need that length. Nice big breaths. If you stretched one leg to the ceiling, you'll stretch the other. And with an inhale, we'll walk our hands back towards our feet, knees bent all along the way, just so we can get to our forward fold. In forward fold, of course, your knees are bent enough that your belly can rest on your thighs, protecting lower back, chin tucked. And those shoulders get to be as soft as can be. Maybe you grab opposite elbows and you let your torso sway a bit from side to side. With an inhale, draw yourself halfway up, create your flat back, roll the shoulders back, reach forward with the crown of your head. Another breath in and a breath out to find your forward fold. Tuck your chin in. This time we're gonna bring our arms out like giant wings. Bend the knees enough that you can inhale and hinge the torso. Stand up, lift the arms up. Exhaling, hands come together, back down to heart. Drop the arms down beside you, roll the shoulders back, maybe close the eyes. Feel your feet connected with your earth. Inhaling, arms will lift up to the ceiling. Exhaling, bend the knees, hinge the hips, find your forward fold. Inhale halfway, it's a flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, arms out like wings. We're headed half sun salutation. You're all the way up. Bending to the right with an exhale. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, left. Inhaling, center. Exhaling to rock back just a hair. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down, tuck your chin in. Big breaths. Good, we're gonna do the same thing 2 more times. So inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, bend the knees, come all the way up. Your arms are up. You're exhaling to bend to the right. Inhaling, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, it's a little back bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge the hips, forward fold, all the way down, tuck the chin in. Nice big breath. Inhaling halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, arms out like wings. We're all the way up. Exhaling to bend to the right. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, bend to the left. Inhaling, center. Exhale, bend back. Inhale to the center. Exhale, hinge the hips. Come all the way back down. Tuck your chin in. Forward fold. Nice big breaths. Wiggle your hips a little from side to side. Maybe you bend one knee more, try to straighten the other knee, like you're kind of pedaling your feet down here. Nice. We're gonna inhale halfway up, flat back. Good, just keep holding it. Roll the shoulders back, pull the belly in. Breath in, breath out. You'll fold, bend the knees so you can walk the hands forward. Let's meet in down dog. Feet pedal if you want them to. We'll take a breath in. With the exhale, drop the knees and bring your right foot forward up and in between your hands. So you're essentially in a low lunge. Maybe you shift the weight front to back a little. Next inhale, let's meet with our hips forward. You'll lift the torso up. So you're in a low lunge. Same thing, hips forward, hips back. Maybe you try to straighten that front leg. As you do that, it's important to keep our hips level. I know you know that, but just a gentle reminder. Good, meeting with our hips back, front leg straight. See if the hips can hinge a little, if that front leg allows it. Good, if hips are hinged, unhinged, bend that front knee, come back to your low lunge. Breath in, breath out will bring your hands back to the earth. That front foot back, other foot forward. And you're down, hands on the earth, shifting weight forward and back. Meeting with weight forward, inhaling torso up. Same thing, back and forth, letting this right hip flexor, it's like it opens and stretches, and then you back off a little. Yeah, maybe you feel it in the front leg, the back of that front leg. Next time you're back, you're gonna pause. Hips level, hinge at the hips a little if you wish. Good, if your hips are hinged, inhale, torso up. Bend that front knee, bring it back to the earth. Your front foot will wiggle around, knee back to the hip. Send your butt back towards your heels. Forehead to the mat. Good, next inhale, we're back to tabletop. Toes tucked. Breath in, breath out to lift up and back to down dog. Nice big breath. Inhaling, hands walk back to our feet. We meet in forward fold, chin tucked in. Inhaling halfway, flat back. Exhaling to fold. Bend those knees, arms out like wings all the way up, arms up. Exhaling, hands together, bring them down to heart. Good, drop your arms, close your eyes again. Feel your feet connected to your earth. Maybe you rock a little front to back or side to side. You feel that connection you have. Opening eyes, if you wish, you're going to shift all the weight into your left foot or leg. Pull your right knee up. Your belly's going to do that work for you. We're going to hold it for a couple breaths. You'll probably want to open the eyes when you're ready to step forward. But we're going to use an inhale to step forward. So empty the breath. Inhaling, right foot steps forward, and you're on those back toes. Nice, lift that back thigh a little bit higher. Bend that front knee a little bit deeper. And you probably have to wiggle that front foot out, I do anyways, to make sure that my knee doesn't go past my ankle. Take a breath in. With your exhale, turn that back foot and plant it. And then re-square your hips like you're really trying to shoot for a warrior one. If you want, arms could be up too. And I sometimes forget about our arms, but that's good for our shoulders. Breath in, breath out. You're gonna shift your torso to the left, draw your arms out and meet in warrior two. Shoulders back and down, belly in. Nice, bend that front knee just a bit more. Awesome, then straighten your front leg. Let's hinge at that front hip and bring our right hand to our right shin for triangle. And we're gonna do, in just a sec, we're gonna do a few times of that flow where we move from triangle to reverse triangle with our breath. So bend the front knee, get it at least a micro bend. Inhaling, you're gonna shift up through warrior two. Exhaling, back hand to the back thigh, your front leg straightens again, and you shift your weight back. So you're in reverse triangle. And we'll hold it for a breath or two. Good, bend your front knee. Inhaling to come to warrior two. Exhaling, front leg straightens, you're in triangle. Take a breath. Inhaling, back to warrior two. Exhaling, rock back, reverse triangle. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Exhale, down, triangle. One more time, inhale up to warrior two. Exhale back, reverse triangle for a breath. Inhaling up to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down, come all the way down, toes of the back foot. Drop your back knee and tuck your toes and just hang out for a sec. Nice big breath, shoulders back and down away from our ears. We'll pull our front foot back so the knee is under our hips, separate our knees enough that we can slide back to our child's pose. Forehead to the earth. Your arms might wrap around your legs. You might be shifting the weight side to side in your hips. Great place to remind yourself of your intention or to play with that stillness of the breath at the bottom and the top. Just those moments where it feels like there's nothing. Your body, your breath is pausing, like everything is paused. If your arms are wrapped around your legs, inhale to bring them forward. Knees under your hips again, toes tucked. Take a breath in. With your exhale, you're up and back to your down dog. We'll take a nice big breath here. Inhaling to walk your hands back to the feet. Exhaling, melt into your forward fold. Inhale halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like giant wings. Inhaling, unhinging our hips, lifting all the way up. Exhaling, hands together, down to heart. Drop them down beside you, close your eyes. Feel your feet connected to your earth. Of course, you're wiggling, getting them so they're under your hips if you need. Maybe you can feel your little toes separate, like grip your mat. The sole of your foot acts as a suction cup. All your weight shifts into your right leg, so you can use your belly, pick up the left knee. And it's tricky when our eyes are closed. For me, it's super scary even, not just tricky. When we can't see what's around us, holy moly. Eyes open. With an inhale, you're stepping forward with the left foot. And you're on your toes for a sec, on that back leg, trying to lift that back thigh high and bend your front knee. Nice. And so it's opening this hip flexor again. Inhale. With your exhale, turn that back foot and plant it. Inhaling, arms up and shifting the torso to a warrior two. Belly in. It's like you tuck your tailbone under just a hair as well. And we're going to straighten front leg, hinge at that front hip. Find our triangle on this side. Couple breaths the first time we're here. Bending that front knee then, use your inhale, sweep back, warrior two. Breath in, breath out, straightens the front leg, brings the back hand to the back thigh, your top arm up alongside your ear. And your palm usually faces down towards the floor so that you're getting all that length on that left side. All right, so let's flow it a little. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhaling, front leg straightens. You're down in triangle for a breath. Inhaling, front knee bends, sweep up, warrior two. Exhale, front leg straightens, lean back, reverse triangle. Inhaling up to warrior two. Exhaling down, triangle. Bring it up, warrior two. Exhale, back to reverse triangle. This time we're lifting back, warrior two. Take another breath in. Use your exhale, cartwheel down, toes at the back foot, back knee to your earth, hang out just for a breath. And then send that front foot back. Knees are under our hips, our butts sliding back towards our heels. We're headed towards child's pose. Nice big breath. If your arms are wrapped around your legs, let's bring them forward. We'll inhale, come on up to tabletop. Get our knees under our hips. Take a breath in, exhaling, tailbone tucks, chin tucks, and that back arches. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat collarbone opens, you're at a cow. We're gonna do it just a couple times, like we're releasing. Just letting go of any sort of tension that's maybe held in the spine or the shoulders or the hips. Next inhale, come back to your tabletop. Tuck your toes, take your breath in. Exhale up and back to down dog. Your hips high, your hips back. Maybe your eyes closed. Feeling the strength of your upper body to hold you here. Remember, if this is hard on your shoulders, if you spread the legs wider and make it a wide-legged down dog, there's way less that your shoulders have to do to hold you there. Or you could do low down dog too. Breath in, breath out. We'll walk our feet to our hands. And again, we'll meet in our forward fold. Chin is in. Awesome. Let's bring our arms then up alongside our torsos, and our palms will face in. Some people will say this is like a ski jump. You're going to inhale, lift your torso up into chair. Your weight is shifted into your heels. Your shoulders will go back, pull them towards each other. With an inhale, bring your arms out in front, all the way up, stand up. Roll your arms all the way back and down. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees. You're back to chair. Lift your arms back up behind you. Roll those shoulder blades back like you're trying to squeeze them together. Feel the weight in your heels. Check out your knees. They're in line with your hips. Nice job. Inhaling, arms forward. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, roll your arms all the way back down and around, down to your torso. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, sit. Shoulders back, arms stretch out behind you like a ski jump. Inhaling, arms forward. Inhaling, stand all the way up. Exhaling, roll those arms back down and around. Awesome. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge all the way to forward fold, chin tucked in. Big breath. Inhaling halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's bend our knees, roll our torso up, so vertebra by vertebra. All the way up until your head is up and your shoulders are back and down. I'm trying to position myself where you guys can see me. We're headed towards that one with our arms, where we start with our arms up alongside our ears. And then it's as though we take our entire chest, our shoulders to the right. Our hips try to stay stable though. We roll the arms all the way back and around, up and to the center. Your shoulders turn to the left. You're rolling your arms all the way back and around, back to the center. Twist to the right, roll your arms in that big circle, back to the center. To the left, arms roll around and up to the center. To the right, around into the center. To the left, around into the center. One more time each way. Awesome. We meet back with arms up, shoulders dropped down. Let's grab our left wrist with our right hand, bending right shoulder toward the right hip. And you're just after that left side body. Press down through your left foot in particular. Inhaling to the middle. Switch sides, grab your right wrist, lengthen it. Then your left shoulder drops towards your left hip. And you've got that length in the right side body. Awesome. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, drop your arms. Roll the shoulders to the ears, back it down a couple times. We're then bringing our hands behind us, fingers weave together. Roll the shoulders back. Try to pull the shoulder blades towards each other. If that's too much, remember you could find elbows. You could do fist to fist back there. But you're just pulling shoulder blades towards each other. You might choose to bend the knees, hinge the hips, find your forward fold like this. Some people like to bring the arms up then, off the back of their hips. Maybe next time we could all come with something we can use as a strap. And we'll do this with our straps. Maybe we'll do more for our shoulders with our straps. If your arms are up, drop them down. Bend your knees. Inhaling, the torso lifts up because the hips unhinge and then your legs straighten. We'll undo our hands. Get our feet back under our hips if they're not. You're moving towards eagle. Right leg is going to be down, so all the weight shifts. Left leg lifts up, crosses over. And let's start with our toes of that left foot on the ground just for balance. Inhaling, arms out in front. Right one is going to wrap over left. And maybe we find shoulder blades. Maybe we do the weave of the arm, traditional eagle arms. Either place. Pull your belly in. Squeeze those arms down towards your chest and in towards your chest. Then if you wish, you're going to bend that bottom knee. So your right knee bends, your left toes lift up. And your thighs now hug together. Awesome. Your calves could hug together. Your belly pulls in. Nice job. One more breath. Inhaling to straighten that bottom leg. Get your toes at least back to the earth. All your weight is in that bottom right leg. Mindfully lift that left one up straight out in front of you. And then bend it, plant it on the earth. Our arms will unweave. Straight out your giant T. Nice big breath. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, arms all the way down beside you. Roll those shoulders up towards the ears, roll them back, roll them down a couple times, shake them out, do whatever you want to do. And then we meet back at mountain. Your belly is engaged, your feet, they're like suction cups. Your toes, little grippers that help balance you. All your weight shifting to that left leg so you can pull the right one up. Wrap it around the left. Keep your little toes on the ground just for now. Inhaling, arms up. Left one is over top of right. And you're finding your version of eagle arms. If you wish, you're bending that left leg and sitting back down like chair, but on one leg. Your arms squeeze together, down and in, your legs squeeze together. Belly pulls in. Maybe you visualize that eagle. Good, one more breath. You're inhaling to straighten left leg. Inhaling to unwrap right one, stick it out. Exhaling it to the earth. Inhaling, unweave, stretch those arms all the way out, a giant T. Inhaling, arms to the ceiling. Exhaling, arms down beside you. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them back a couple times. Hands on our hips. Let's do just one more bit of balance. And our hands are just on our hips to see that our hips stay level. All our weight, right foot, left knee bends, you engage, lift it up. Good, play with your hips. Like usually anyways, the left one wants to hike up and we're just trying to bring it back down. You could pull the toes of the left foot towards the shin if you want. I guess if you really wanted, you could straighten that left leg. Makes it way harder to hold it up, at least for me. Good, if you've got your leg straight, bend it again. Let's bring it to the calf of our right leg and turn that knee out and over to the left. So you're in tree. And you're doing, if you want to put arms up, they could be up, be your tree branches. You could put them at hearts. Maybe they stay right on your hips. Good, your belly pulls in, especially if your arms are out. You just want to make sure your ribs stay tucked in. Awesome, feel that bottom foot get tired. If our arms are up, we'll bring hands together, bring them down through heart center, right back to the hips. Your left knee will move to the front, the foot will plant on the earth. And we can shake right one out. Awesome. So feet under our hips. Bellies in, we've got our hands on our hips, just feeling that we're gonna keep our hips level. And this is gonna strengthen all these little muscles across the back of our hips that really do support our lower back, because we want our hips stabilizing us instead of our lower back stabilizing us. When you're ready, all of your weight into that left leg, toes of the right, hips level, right knee lifts up because your belly pulls it up. If you want, you straighten that leg. Good, roll those shoulders back and down. Bending that knee if it's straight, pull that foot into the inside of your calf. Knee moves out and over to the right, and you're in your expression of tree. Yeah, maybe arms are up again. If arms are up, remember, ribs tucked in. Your roots reaching deep into the earth. You're stable. Awesome. If your arms are up, bring them together, down through midline. Your bent knee is going to move to the front and foot to the earth. Shake that bottom one out. Good. Feet underneath our hips. Let's hinge, bend the knees and hinge, just so you can find your forward fold. One last time. Chin tucked in. Nice big breaths. Inhaling halfway up, one last time, shoulders back, reach forward with the crown of your head, make your spine really long. Inhale, exhale to fold. Bend the knees so you can plant the hands. You're coming forward or back, however you need to do to get your knee to the earth. Other knee to the earth. You're on all fours, crawling forward on your mat, swinging the feet to the side so you can come to your butt. And from your butt to your back, all the way down. Once you're all the way down, knees into the chest, Hands are on them, they're hugging them to you. Maybe you're rocking. Maybe your knees are circling. Maybe you're finding wind relief or a happy baby, one last twist on each side, whatever you need to do. And just making sure that that lower back is going to be happy in order to stretch out. When you're ready, those legs extend out a bit wider than your hips. And once my legs are out, I like to reach a little further with my heels, and somehow that makes the legs feel like they're a little longer. It's almost like what we would do if I come around and lengthened your legs, but you're doing it yourself. And then your feet might roll back and forth from side to side a couple times and eventually land where your feet are falling out and open. Good, wherever your arms are at, ensure that the shoulders can relax. And of course, eyes can close. And here we are in this place where we get to relax. We get to release the entire body. Nice and soft. Feeling the breath again. And feeling that place, both at the top and the bottom of the breath, where it's a natural pause. A micro moment of stillness. Maybe your face softens a little more. Your jaw could release, tongue drop from the roof of the mouth even. Your shoulders even softer than they were. Your belly soft. Your butt and your hips relaxed. In these last few minutes where there's nothing required of you. You remember that just 5 minutes here in a day, it allows your body to think and your mind to think that it gets a 20-minute nap. But it also works to restore, rejuvenate the cells of your body. It calms the mind in a way that allows you to better focus and concentrate throughout the rest of the day. And for many of us, it's that break that we don't give ourselves anywhere else. So sink in. Let yourself feel this. Let yourself be this stillness. If there's anywhere else in your body that could get a little bit softer, I invite you to soften again, almost as though we understand we have to do this over and over. Like so many things, over and over. Good. Wherever your awareness is at, gently guide it back to your breath. Maybe you lengthen the inhale and lengthen the exhale a little bit. Almost like you do when you first wake up in the morning and you know you've got to get up and out of bed. Maybe you take a last stretch even. Maybe it's a length stretch where the arms are alongside the ears and you're stretching from toe to toe. Or maybe it's like you spread your arms and your legs out, you're a giant star. When you're ready to bend your knees, you'll bend the knees and gently roll to a side body. A breath or two there, and then those hands and the arms push you back to your seated position. Your eyes close once you get there. And while we begin with centering, we end with reflection. We might ask ourselves what this experience was like. We might check back in with body and mind and energy. Knowing that we have given ourselves this hour of movement that, yes, stretches us and strengthens us, but more than that, helps us remember that our mind belongs in this body. As you bring your palms together and tuck your thumbs in at your heart, you bow your chin towards your chest, and perhaps your heart and your mind remember this practice of meditation, where we move from the external to the internal, from the world to our own body. And once here, we find the quiet and the still. That quiet and still in me honors that quiet and still in you. Namaste.